Hey guys.
Hey.
I think we've been chatting over Instagram actually for a
really?
bit. Yeah. Devin Pike, one of the rat journalists, and you guys are Marmalade. And can I just say, like, I am impressed with just the density of hair we have in this vicinity.
There's lots of it.
Yeah. So, what's your names? What do you play? And what's your hair care routine?
I am Jamila. I sing for the most part and write most of the lyrics. And I also play acoustic guitar on the occasion. But I play more acoustic guitar writing and then just a little bit on stage so I can jump around. My hair care routine. Shampoo and conditioner every third night.
Yelda. I'm Kun. I play guitar as well. And I sing, and we do a lot of the writing together. I do a lot of the production for the EP and music to come.
But also, you often compose most of the
all the other parts,
stuff.
So we often arrange it together. Let's cut out this bit, add this bit. I feel like that's. I mean, I love writing in general, but that's probably one of the most when a song is a bit of a loose skeleton, and then it all kind of comes together, and you're like, oh damn, this is it. Like, this is a song that feeling's awesome.
And I feel like we're a good team in that, because even though we both write the lyrics and we both compose, we kind of each tend to lean one way or the other. So when we're writing together, it's like quite a fluid process. And your hair care routine?
Maybe a haircut literally every blue moon. I think it's like every 4 years or something.
Because you
randomly.
Talk about sober. So, contrary to what I suppose first think looking at that title, it's not necessarily about alcoholism or moving past it. What does sober mean to you guys?
Sober in the EP kind of encapsulates a little bit that each song says. It's all about thinking, it's all about realizations, it's all about a growing experience and a sobering experience, not necessarily from alcohol or drugs or anything else. But and actually one of the songs is caffeine. Cigarette Habit is about two people that are trying to help each other out of substance abuse and actually start spiraling further down that same rabbit hole. But the overall EP is the commonalities of all those songs, that all of them are of a sort of a realization, like a cold shower, or like the EP cover, like a cold swim in your clothes.
Was that the inspiration behind the photo shoot?
It was.
I think also, I mean, I grew up on Waiheke Island, so really close to the ocean, and so especially after a night out, jumping in the ocean is the sobering experience. Everyone's jump, a good swim, that'll sober you up. So I think that played into it, but also kind of that feeling of being kind of drowning-ish in an experience, and then the kind of realization is kind of coming out of the water. And it's that sobering of looking back on an experience, or looking at someone else's experience and kind of seeing it for what it is, I guess, and with a clearer lens.
A lot of this, the album or the EP itself, is a reflection on sort of your younger selves and what you've been through. Is that?
I think naturally it occurs that way because we kind of finished writing these songs 2 years ago. So I think it feels now like they're a reflection of our younger selves, and some of them were written about the younger selves, younger than that. But at the time of writing, things songs like Bright and Caffeine High were still pretty relevant.
And personal experiences.
Yeah,
those are really from personal experience. And I think Houston as well. And then Cigarette Habit and Awkward are more of a fictional story that is still sort of you can still relate to elements.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely experienced the entire Awkward storyline, but it wasn't per se written about
Haven't we all?
one storyline. It was a culmination of many different experiences and the general experience.
Right. So sort of just universal experiences that some people go through.
I think so.
These songs are often the way that we write usually is, let's write about something that means something to us, but also let's keep it open-ended, because if anyone feels relating to it in a completely different way and they can still hit home, then let it hit home,
Yeah, I think the intention is not so much to write a song that is a universal experience, but I think that almost everything we experience as humans is more of a universal experience than we like to think it is. Like we're very like, oh, this is introspective, like this is my experience, and then you talk to like 5 friends and you realize that everyone's actually having a similar experience in a really like comforting way.
Oh my god, you feel that too? Like finally I have someone to talk to about this one thing that
even like Caffeine High, I'm like, oh, let me write a very niche song about being a barista and having people come and tell you little stories. And the amount of people that I get, like, I get it. I've worked in hospo, like I've actually experienced.
There's a line you said, I think it was in the second verse, about same age as my kid.
She's a lawyer, great. Like,
and
my sister was like, "That's so true."
Show me a photo of your daughter. Damn, she's a lawyer.
Yeah,
the same age as me.
That's it. You and the whole backing band, you have this like white aesthetic. What's the inspiration behind that?
What's the inspo?
Maybe it started with these like white shirts that we were making, and then we just stuck with it.
To be completely transparent with you, I was trying to figure out what I was going to wear, and I was like, I really want to wear this outfit.
Everyone else can fit to it.
And then I was like, no one else will mind fitting to it, because the band is like, yeah, you just tell us what you want us to wear. And I was like, oh, well, I'll figure it out. And I had a few options in mind, and I honestly, no one cares as much as me. So I thought I would take that liberty.
Yeah.
But actually, I did want us to be kind of cohesive on stage, because I really like that when there's like a vibe. And I actually sewed the flower onto Beth's shirt, which I was originally going to do for the whole band, but I couldn't find enough cool button-up shirts at the op shop. And I also sewed the Marmalade onto Lachlan's shirt, so a little bit homemade as well.
Yeah.
So would you say much of your well, yeah, we were talking about your older selves, or these songs being about not your older, rather younger selves. And is much of how much of that is like still true now? And then, I guess, sorry, just on top of that, you played a new song down there, Julia, which that was very feel good. That felt like a bit more open-minded, open-hearted. Yeah, is that sort of a reflection of any sorts of like big changes you guys have gone through?
Not at all. I mean, we listen. I mean, I guess like the Bright and stuff, like those songs and those feelings as creatives are never ending. I feel like this whole, I think I've been making music for the last 10 to 12 years maybe, and that's always been around. The will I ever make it? Like, why am I doing this? What's my passion? Oh, that's my passion. And then you find it again, and you get these crazy lows when you're in these like, creative pits. Or you really just start wondering, like, the whole comparison, right? Like, oh, my daughter's a lawyer. She's making like 10 times the amount you are making. She's bought a house, blah, blah, blah. My kids are getting married, you know. And you're just like making your silly little songs sometimes. But then you get these crazy highs when you're putting on a show with like all this epic talent, and you get to perform for people who are wearing merchandise that you made by hand. You know, like that's really special. And sometimes that's still hard to find. Sometimes it's really like right there, and that's kind of what Bright's about. So yeah, totally, we still have those feelings all the time. And then the other song, Awkward, yeah, we still feel awkward all the time.
Definitely. I would agree with Kun. Like I do think that those the meaning changes because your life experience changes, so the way it kind of hits a little bit different as time goes by. And I think Julia is almost just like a reflection of almost writing per se in a different style. Like we've gone into a new era of writing. It's much more collaborative now, because when we first wrote the songs for Marmalade, that was the first time we'd ever written together or played together.
We didn't even know how to like match our voices.
Yeah, we didn't.
Kind of like blended.
Right.
And so now it's like a familiar process, and we sort of take different things, and we were like, how can we write a song about something that's a little bit different? And Julia is about like a platonic love, like a love for a friend, which I think we love a little love song, but like we thought it was quite special kind of to write a song about funny,
like because it's like, was it Julia?
Well, it's like,
I love that you do this.
I love what you do, but I don't love you.
Right.
Like I don't actually love you.
Yeah.
But I love you. Yeah, it's just a little fun one.
Nice.
Yeah.
What else is next for you guys then? After the picnic?
Definitely. Oh, a big rest, a big sleep, and tomorrow.
Deserved.
Yeah. Tomorrow, we've got a couple of gigs lined up over summer, little festivals. We're doing Greyland Parks next week actually, and then
Music in the Parks
sometime in late summer. We're doing
Auckland Folk Festival.
That'll be really fun.
And,
There'll be
River Sounds
and
Festival.
River Sounds, which is in
And then recording music this summer. We're just going to be recording
I think we'll
new
be
stuff and
chipping
then
away
releasing
at
stuff
potentially
next
a
year.
next EP, and then eventually we'll be starting to look at an album, but that's like pretty far down the line.
Yeah, we're just going to try and take it easy. But there's
One step at a
definitely
time.
new music coming. I mean, once you release an EP, it feels like this is just the thing. Like, you can't just
Step
leave
one.
that, you know? You got to, like, follow it up and stuff. But
Yeah.
really excited to release these new songs as well.
Keep going, you guys.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. Appreciate your time.
Thank you
and
so
thank you for
much.
this great show. Yeah.